Starfield plays it safe. Safe ideas, safe execution. It's Bethesda doing what they've always done, only now it's in space. If that's enough for you, great. You'll probably enjoy it. But if you were hoping for innovation, new ideas in RPG design, true freedom and exploration, or meaningful space travel, you will not find that in Starfield. This isn't a broken game. It's not ugly or unplayable. In fact, Starfield is polished in many ways. It works, it functions, but it rarely inspires. It promises a vast, richly layered universe where you can lose yourself in mystery, choice, and discovery. It doesn't deliver that. Instead, it offers a slow, sometimes frustrating grind wrapped in familiar systems. You begin as a miner who stumbled across a strange artifact. It sparks visions, symbols, stars, and sound. This pulls you into a wider mystery with Constellation, a group of individuals chasing answers. The story follows your hunt for more artifacts, each one hinting at a bigger meaning, a grand design. But the narrative is sluggish and lacks urgency. The main quest fails to pull you in, and even the biggest reveals feel underwhelming. There's depth in the lore, the factions, the politics, the cities, the colonies, the wars. The United Colonies are rigid. The Freestar Collective has this frontier vibe. There's pirates, there's cults, there's corporations. They all have a presence here. The various logs, terminals, and notes provide the details if you go looking. Overall, the writing is uneven. Faction questlines like the Crimson Fleet often outshine the core story. The main quest lacks a spark. It's flat. Starfield was sold as something bold, a leap forward for Bethesda, a new frontier in open-world RPGs. It isn't. There's nothing here that moves the genre forward. At best, Starfield is a reshuffling of developer Bethesda's old tricks. Dialogue trees, lock-picking, faction politics, randomized loot. These systems are all familiar. Even the space setting doesn't feel new. It's not Starfield's take on space, it's Fallout with stars instead of sand. Shipbuilding is the one fresh system. It's fun, it's flexible, and it feels like yours. But even that doesn't connect deeply to the rest of the game. Owning a ship doesn't really open up new stories or drastically change how the world sees you. You build it, you fly it, and sometimes you fight in it, and that's mostly it. Starfield overall is not brave, it is not ambitious, nor is it surprising. Starfield isn't a revolution, it is a retreading of old paths. This feels closer to a remix of past successes by the developer Bethesda. Companions are a hit or miss. They each have a side quest and react to your choices. But the limited animations and bland delivery drains their impact. They don't feel alive. Emotional moments fall flat when characters are just staring blankly through them. Starfield gives you freedom. Well, it does on paper. I mean, you can join factions, you can become a pirate, smuggle goods, or just explore. But most planets are procedurally generated and empty. The same rock templates, the same cave interiors, the same creatures in slightly different colors. You fast travel through menus. There's no seamless space flight, just one loading screen after another. The more you explore, the less interesting it gets. Starfield's shipbuilding is the highlight. Yes, you can design your own vessel. You can change the parts, name it, color it. It feels personal. Combat in space is functional, though shallow. Yes, you can board ships, steal them, customize them further, but this system is painfully gated by slow progression. Skills shape how you play. You want to sneak better? You use stealth. You want to pilot your better ships? You have to unlock that skill. This creates a nice feedback loop, except most every fun feature is locked early on. Boost packs, shipboarding, even mining certain materials is going to require these skill points to fully utilize all of them and engage with them. And these skill points come slow. You will be grinding for hours long before you start unlocking the fun stuff. Don't get me wrong, Starfield isn't a hard game. It's rarely challenging, and when it is, it doesn't always feel fair or earned. Combat scales with level, but not in a way that creates interesting encounters. Most fights boil down to shooting enemies who either sponge damage or die instantly. Bigger number, better. Enemy AI is basic. They run at you, hide behind cover, or stand still and fire. Bosses are just regular enemies with more health. Yes, there are difficulty settings, but all they really do is increase how much damage you take and how long it'll take you to kill things. Progression is slow at first. You do not start with many tools or abilities, and unlocking them requires grinding through early levels. Want to use your jetpack, boost stealth, mine better materials, all locked behind skills to engage with these systems. These structures slow the pacing, and it front loads the game with repetition instead of reward. There's not much strategy here. The game doesn't push you to adapt or experiment. Most situations can be solved by shooting, sneaking, or just fast traveling past them entirely. You will rarely feel clever for finding a solution. It's not that type of experience. That said, it's not frustrating. It's not punishing. If anything, it's too relaxed. The game gives you freedom, but not pressure. Starfield lets you coast, and that works for some players. It also means that when something does go wrong, you die, you fail the mission, it often feels random and not earned. The balance in Starfield isn't broken, but it's not rewarding either. There's no friction here. The game rarely challenges you in a meaningful way, and when it does, it's more about numbers than creativity. This makes success feel flat and failures feel empty. Starfield is big, massive even, but that doesn't mean you'll want to replay it. Most of what it offers with faction quests, side missions, and core story beats all funnel toward the same outcome. You might choose some minor different responses here or there, but the end results often feel the same. The game tracks some choices, but few have long-term consequences. Major story events happen no matter what you do. There's no radically different builds or paths that change how the game unfolds. You want to be a space pirate? Sure. You want to become the law of the land? Also fine. The systems don't clash or conflict in a meaningful way. You can do nearly everything in a single playthrough. This leaves little incentive to start fresh. Starfield does have New Game Plus, which introduces a unique twist tied to the story. Without spoiling it, let's just say it alters how you approach the main quest. It's a cool idea. It's well executed, and the first time you experience it is fun. But even that quickly turns into repetition. You're revisiting the exact same missions with the same NPCs at the same menus. Yes, there's a slight different context and a reskin of your powers. It's just not enough for me. Starfield doesn't give you a reason to specialize. You can eventually unlock everything, pilot every ship, and do every quest. It's not about who you are in the world, it's about ticking off a checklist, and once you've done that, there's little left to discover. The universe might be infinite, but the experience isn't. Fast travel destroys immersion. You don't fly to places, you click, watch a load screen. You click again, watch load screens. There's no manual takeoffs, no real navigation, just menus, loading. Starfield simulates travel without delivering the experience of movement. You often navigate with scanners and guesswork. It's needlessly clunky. The inventory and the user interfaces, the UI, are messy. Stats are buried. Sorting gear is slow. Managing the cargo between your ship and your crew and your companions takes so much effort, so much more than it should. Cities are awkward to navigate. Finding a vendor or a quest marker is needlessly difficult and obnoxious. It is so much harder than it needs to be. Combat is serviceable but predictable. Walk into a room, shoot. Loot bodies, repeat. Enemies aren't smart. Bosses are bullet sponge, guns feel okay, some perks are fun, but fights rarely evolve. Space combat is better, but not deep. It's underused and yet still quickly becomes repetitive and forgettable. I'm uncomfortable with the business decision to paywall one of the main factions. The Shattered Space DLC is a paywalled faction quest. It offers a more focused story on one singular planet. Yes, the pacing here is improved without the constant fast traveling. The writing is a little tighter, which is a step in the right direction, but Shattered Space is wildly overpriced for what it actually offers. Starfield will take a lot of hours to see and do everything. If you measure value by volume, it's easily justified its price. If you're someone who enjoys checking off boxes, you will get your money's worth. There are hundreds of hours you can spend on thousands of planets, quests, and unlocking your skills. I don't think quantity is everything. Most of those planets are empty. Most systems are slow and grindy to unlock and open up. Most choices don't matter. You'll spend a lot of your playtime managing menus and fast traveling through your load screen of space, walking across barren landscapes, scanning more copy-pasted rocks. Yes, there's a galaxy of things to do, but it's hollow. You can stretch this game out for hundreds of hours, but how many of those will you actually remember? Ha! The main story is short, forgettable, and front-loaded with the weakest writing. Side content and faction quests are stronger, but you'll need to sift through a lot of noise to find them. Combat does not evolve, exploration rarely rewards you, and many of the game's best features are locked behind skills that take significant time to earn and get into. The Shattered Space DLC adds a slightly more polished experience, but it's also paywalled and short. Yes, it improves the pacing, but it doesn't feel essential. Is Starfield worth its asking price? That really depends on what you're looking for. If you like a slow burn, checklist-driven RPG where you can settle into routine, sink some time in, you've enjoyed the Bethesda game formula in the past, then this is definitely something you want to try. If you are expecting a thrilling, memorable, engaging adventure through the stars, Starfield fundamentally does not offer that. Starfield is a safe game. Safe ideas, safe execution. It's Bethesda doing exactly what they've always done, just in space. If that's enough for you, great. You will probably enjoy it. If you hope Starfield would evolve Bethesda's RPG design or offer true space exploration or deliver meaningful freedom, it doesn't. Starfield is not a bad game. It's not broken. It's not ugly. It's competent. It works, and it's messy. Some parts are good. Some parts frustrating. Starfield set out to be the definitive space RPG, a vast, intricately built universe where you're free to chase mysteries, fly ships, explore planets, and forge your own path among the stars. I do not think Starfield achieved this grand ambition. Starfield is a massive, decent game. It has its moments, but they are buried in systems that get in your way. There's too much waiting, too much hassle, and too little wonder, too little discovery. Starfield has all the pieces, but no spark. It's a theme park after hours. The lights are on, the rides are there, but nothing moves. No one's having fun, and eventually, neither are you. Starfield isn't broken. It is not a failure. It's not a disaster. It's just not interesting. It's a missed opportunity, and that's almost worse. Starfield is awarded 2 out of 5. I do not recommend.